Hey guys, Angus here. Got another Airsoft gun video for you guys today. Today, as you can see, we're outdoors and we're going to be doing a performance test. Not only are we going to be chronoing a gun, we're also going to be taking a few shots at a target to see how accurate that gun is. What gun are we going to be performing this test on? Well, this one right here. This is the Well G55 or MP5K GBBR or gas blowback rifle. This is a really cool little gas blowback SMG, and if you're interested in buying it, there's a link down below in the description to airsplat.com where you can purchase this gun for about $95. So quite a cheap little replica. Now we're going to be starting off this video by chronoing this gun. I'm expecting a rather low FPS as this is more so meant for CQB, close quarters combat. We have our 35 round magazine filled up with green gas supplied by airsplat.com and loaded up with 35.2 gram BBs for the chrono. So with that being said, let's go ahead and chrono this weapon. One last thing I want to say, it is about 60 degrees out, not as warm as it could be, but a relatively nice temperature to chrono the gun. So let's go ahead, take a few shots with it. Okay, so we have the X-Tech chronograph set up and ready to go. Let's see how hard the G55 is shooting. 285.4, 272.4, 268.8, 245.8, 275.2, 276.2, and 270.8. So it looks like you're getting around the 270, 280 feet per second area. Now let's see how fast this gun's shooting. Let's try out its rounds per minute. 1,499 rounds per minute, and as you can see, that converts into about 25 rounds per second. Alright, so chrono results, pretty good. Feet per second wise, the gun is shooting a little bit lower as I expected, around the 270, 280 feet per second area. It's not showing a great amount of consistency, which in my experience you never really get with the gas guns. We're seeing it from around 285 all the way down to the 248 feet per second I believe we got on one reading. Couple reasons for that. The gas fill in the magazine might be a little bit low. Reason for that is because this mag, like many of the others on these models, does leak. So you can fill it all the way up, but it's going to leak a good amount out. Also, temperature's a little bit low today. In hotter weather, the gun will probably shoot around the 300, 310, maybe up to the 320 feet per second area. But out here today, we're seeing 270 FPS as the average. And overall, that's not bad at all for what this gun is, a little tiny CQB or secondary weapon. Rate of fire though, the gun certainly has a nice one, 1,500 rounds per minute or 25 rounds per second. This is a gun that's going to be spitting BBs downrange at a nice rate of fire, just like we saw in that chrono. Now we're going to go ahead and take a few shots at a target placed around 90 feet away, ideal distance in my opinion for this gun, using 0.2 gram BBs, being that I'm out of 0.25s, and an adjusted hop-up. Let's go ahead, take a few shots, and see how accurate the G55 is. Okay, so we're out here, ready to take a few shots at 90 feet, ideal range for the G55. A couple things I do want to say is that there is a rather strong wind blowing, so don't be surprised if some of these lighter .2s start veering to the left. Also, as usual, I do apologize for the crude lawn chair target, however I found it to be very effective for these accuracy tests. Anyway, semi-auto up first. Alright, so it took me a little bit to get my mark on there, but semi-automatic looks pretty accurate. Alright, reloaded my mag a little bit, time for full auto. Alright, so full auto looks a little bit sporadic, but overall accuracy seems alright. Alright, so accuracy-wise, this really wouldn't be a gun that I would certainly enter into an accurate shooting competition, but overall the accuracy isn't that bad, especially for something that's more so designed as a CQB weapon or as a secondary slung on your side. Semi-automatic, as I mentioned, with a strong wind and the 0.2 gram BBs, which are a little bit too light for the gun. They were veering a little bit to the left, but overall, once I got it on target, the majority of BBs came into contact with the chair. So semi-automatic is definitely your more accurate shooting mode. Full auto, as you saw there, it's just a blast of BBs coming at you, fairly sporadic, almost like a cloud of BBs coming at someone, and when you're firing 25 rounds per second, you're more than likely going to come into contact with them and get them out. So overall, the full auto on the gun is more so designed for just taking out, say, a quick group of enemies than a true accurate shooting. If you want accurate shooting, shoot on semi-auto. So overall, performance-wise, I'd have to rank the G55 as exactly what it should be. A small little CQB or secondary gun with a low feet per second, a high rate of fire, and some so-so or decent accuracy. So with that being said, guys, this has been Deathcore Airsoft's performance test of the Well G55 or MP5K GBBR. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.